If Terence Crawford moves up to fight Canelo, it's gonna be a worse fight than fucking Charlo running around Canelo by murder against Crawford. That shit wouldn't happen. They have weight classes for a reason.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are preparing for what promises to be one of the most talked about showdowns in recent boxing history, expected to take place around the Cinco de Mayo weekend. While Canelo brings immense power and legacy into the ring, Crawford faces a dual challenge, not only in the form of his powerful Mexican opponent but also in battling the loud, persistent voices of doubters and critics. Crawford is no stranger to being underestimated, but this time the skepticism has reached a fever pitch. Numerous experts and seasoned boxing professionals are cautioning him against risking his perfect record. They argue that taking this leap into a higher weight class could very well lead to the first blemish on his otherwise flawless career.
Crawford cares about his life, and with that fight, what do that fight do for Canelo? Fighting Crawford and Crawford beats Canelo. What do that do for Canelo?
Roy Jones Jr., a boxing legend from a golden era and still actively involved in the sport today, has kept his eye on the brightest stars of the current generation.
Among those standouts are Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, two fighters widely recognized as pound-for-pound elites. The mere suggestion of a matchup between these two has already set the boxing world ablaze with speculation and excitement, captivating fans and analysts worldwide who can't help but imagine what would happen when two masters of the sport collide in the ring.
That there are so many other fights to make that's realistic and makes sense, and less life risking on top of the risk that we risk stepping in there with guys our weight.
As a 4 Division world champion, Terence Crawford has never backed down from a challenge, and now he's showing serious interest in a bout against the reigning super middleweight champion, Canelo Alvarez. Yet, one glaring issue stands in the way: the vast difference in weight classes. Moving up to challenge Canelo, who sits comfortably atop the 168-pound division, presents a formidable task for Crawford, who has never fought above 147 pounds.
Who's trying to take over and start beating the guys around him? He's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy.
In an insightful conversation with Mill City Boxing, Roy Jones Jr. offered his take on a hypothetical bout between Crawford and Alvarez. Jones didn't hold back in acknowledging Crawford's extraordinary skill set, but his predictions slightly favored Canelo, at least in the early rounds. "I like Terence, but I'm leaning toward Canelo early because of his size advantage," Jones admitted. He elaborated, explaining that if Canelo fails to put Crawford away quickly and lets him find his rhythm, then Crawford becomes a serious threat. If Bud can effectively deal with the size gap, Roy believes he could actually win. Jones pointed out that Canelo's punching power could very well be the deciding factor.
Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble.
Jones continued his analysis by highlighting a key unknown in the potential fight: Crawford's ability to take power shots from someone like Canelo. "That's really the crux of it," said Jones. "We haven't seen Terence take that kind of power before. That's the wild card. If you can hurt Bud and shake up his strategy, you've got a chance. But if you can't hurt him, and he sticks to his plan, then you're in trouble." His assessment emphasized the importance of Crawford's defensive sharpness and ring IQ. If Crawford can rely on those technical skills and keep Canelo's power at bay, he could shock the world and achieve something monumental.
If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, "Okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done."
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he...
While Canelo is currently being linked to William Skull, the IBF interim champion, Roy Jones Jr.'s earlier assessments involved other high-level scenarios. Jones once believed both Terence Crawford and David Benavidez had the tools to defeat Canelo, but has since refined those views. When discussing Benavidez, Jones recognized the complexities of such a fight. "Benavidez throws a crazy amount of punches," he said to BoxingScene.com. "And sometimes, sheer volume can overwhelm even a powerful puncher like Canelo."
Big for Crawford, I'm not sure about that because Crawford does have punching power and shock, but I think Canelo's a little big. He showed tonight that he's pretty big, so I probably would rather see.
Jones added another layer to the debate by questioning whether Canelo is truly prepared to take such a risk. "The real issue is whether Canelo is even willing to roll the dice," he said. "Right now, I don't think he sees a reason to.
If he can't hurt Benavidez within the first few rounds, I don't see him winning that fight.
Benavidez, who has long sought a clash with Alvarez, remains confident, while Crawford, the former welterweight king, has already stated his desire to jump up 2 weight divisions to face the Mexican champion. Yet Canelo seems to think defeating Crawford wouldn't significantly enhance his legacy, a notion many experts firmly disagree with.
Charlo fight Crawford first, and then see how that goes. If he does good against Charlo with the weight, then let's see him come up and fight Canelo. Yes, but not right.
If there's anyone who can pull this off, it's Bud Crawford, Jones declared. You can't tell that guy he can't do something. I was the same way when people said someone was better than me and I could make the weight. I showed up. I fought John Ruiz while giving up 33 pounds. I didn't care, I wanted to be great. That's what Bud wants now. He's after legacy. He wants to do something historic. Jones emphasized that Crawford isn't chasing a paycheck. If the fight happens, it'll be about pride and purpose. He's coming to win. If he carries the extra weight well, it'll be a classic. He can box like Floyd, but he can also bang. If he can handle the power, he just might win it.
Once Crawford come up with some weight classes and show he can be dominant at 54. You understand me?
That fight will go Crawford and
Crawford won a pound best fighter.
As someone who regularly moved between weight classes in the latter half of his career, Jones thinks Canelo should stay at 168. That's the right weight for him, said Jones. I never understood why he went up to 175 to face Bivol. Beating Kovalev was one thing, he was past his prime. Bivol's in his prime, and that's a different beast. Canelo should return to his optimal division and dominate from there. Going after another high-risk challenge at light heavyweight isn't likely to end well.
I can bet the house on is Bud, because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude.
Crawford's interest in facing Canelo skyrocketed after he dismantled Errol Spence Jr. in what many consider a career-defining performance. While Canelo had previously dismissed the idea of such a matchup, he has since stated that he'd consider defending his titles against Crawford if the offer is lucrative enough. On the All the Smoke podcast, retired unbeaten champion Andre Ward weighed in, I want to see Canelo face either Benavidez or Crawford. One's a natural matchup. The other is a legacy fight.
We so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball.
Ward didn't mince words about who he's backing. I'm not betting against Terence, against anyone, he said. He's one of the most complete fighters in the sport today. His heart, mindset, and skill set are unmatched. Me and him share that same warrior mentality. You only really know what a fighter has when they're in a 50-50 situation, and Bud is the type of guy who thrives in those moments.
Wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude to turn.
Shakur Stevenson, who views Crawford as a mentor and older brother, echoed that belief. He's different, he's a dog, said Stevenson. Even though Crawford would be up against a 14-pound weight disadvantage, Stevenson remains confident that Bud's talent would be enough. While Canelo cited size as a reason for avoiding the fight, Stevenson believes skills trump size. He sees Crawford's southpaw stance, footwork, and fundamentals as keys to victory.
Like I said, I've been saying this, I don't think size wins fights, I think skills do. So yeah, I think like being a southpaw with good movement and sharp boxing, it'd be hard for Canelo with that high guard to walk him down and load up on them big hooks. I think Bud would be Canelo.
Speaking to IFL TV, Stevenson added more weight to his argument. Crawford's the one running things right now. Charlo's set to face Canelo, but honestly, Bud could beat both of them. He moves better, punches sharp, and has the ring IQ to avoid Canelo's power. I wish Charlo wasn't getting the fight, because Bud deserves it more. And I don't believe in size over skill.
Who knows? That smile's telling me something else, bro. I think it might be on the line, no? I'm just saying, man, we can't say it's not gonna happen. We can't say that it.
As Saudi Arabia becomes more involved in hosting high-profile bouts, the feasibility of a Crawford-Canelo fight increases. Trainer Robert Garcia commented that although Canelo has some physical advantages, time is ticking for Crawford. If he doesn't get the fight soon, Garcia believes Crawford may decide to walk away from the sport altogether.
Because the way Crawford is doing it is because he knows it's the biggest payday in his life, and he'll never. Maybe what he could get against Canelo, he's never made in all his fights combined.
Crawford's a smart guy, Garcia told Fight Hype. He's accomplished so much and doesn't need to keep proving himself. I've spoken to him, and he's aiming for that big Canelo fight. If it doesn't happen, he might just retire. Garcia pointed out that Crawford still has several appealing options at 154, including Fundora, Murtazaliev, Charlo, Ortiz Jr., Bohachuk, and Zayas.
So of course, why would he call up Benavidez when he's calling out Canelo knowing that he's going to make double the money?
Because he wants to fight at 68, that's why.
So that's why, Eddie.
From Garcia's perspective, Crawford doesn't need to fight anymore unless it's for legacy. He's done enough already. He doesn't need to cater to what fans or critics say. He's financially set. If he returns, it'll be for something monumental, like a Canelo fight. Otherwise, I wouldn't be surprised if he never steps into the ring again.
Why? You know why. He wants to make the biggest fucking payday.
Does he have a chance in the fight?
Everybody has a chance, but I think he'll put up some good rounds. I think he loses to Canelo, but he'll put up good rounds. Better than Charlo did.
Garcia does believe Crawford could hold his own, at least early on. He's got the speed, power, and intelligence to be competitive for 6, maybe 8 rounds. But eventually, size matters. Canelo's natural strength could take over. Still, those opening rounds would be fireworks, and Crawford would earn respect no matter the outcome.
Crawford, Canelo.
He'll fight. He'll probably get stopped and get knocked out, but he'll put up some good rounds. Yeah, but he'll.
Despite public enthusiasm, there are real hurdles, mainly financial and strategic, for this fight to happen. But Tim Bradley doesn't think any external factor can derail Crawford. The only guy who can stop Crawford now is Crawford, said Bradley. Canelo is dangerous, but Crawford's skill level is just on another planet.
I don't think we've seen anything like Terence Crawford in all my years of boxing. I know that for a fact. I do study history. I've never seen anybody that has everything.
Bradley continued, yeah, I'd be nervous, Canelo can punch. But Crawford's legs, timing, and defense can keep him safe. It would remind people of when Mayweather outclassed Canelo in 2013. It's not an easy fight, but Bud has the tools to do it.
Good speed, power, timing, can switch the way he switches, to have the toughness, the meanness that he has, the way he finishes guys, the way he breaks down guys.
Bradley pointed out that many fans are skeptical because Crawford hasn't tested himself above 147 yet. They want to see him fight at 160 or 168 first. To some, it feels like a cash grab. But to others, it's a legitimate bid to close his career with a bang.
One of the smartest guys that I've ever seen in the ring, right up there with Floyd Mayweather. So yeah, I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 160.
Bradley criticized Canelo's view that fighting Crawford gains him nothing. Look at Charlo, he moved up and didn't even try. He was just there to survive. Crawford's not that guy. He has a different mentality. Still, Bradley acknowledged we can't be sure until Crawford takes on one of the top 168-pounders first.
Everybody can call me crazy and whatever you want to say. I get it. Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about Spence, but trust me, Crawford will figure out a way.
If Crawford took on Benavidez or Morel and proved he could handle that weight, we'd know he's serious, Bradley said. Right now, it does seem like it's about the money. But even then, Bud's skill set is elite. He's not just showing up, he wants to win.
A secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret, is the reason why I'm picking him to win the fight. So
is it like a skill set? Is it like a preparation thing, or?
Nope, it's not. Nope, I'm not.
Bradley admitted he'd still feel uneasy about the fight. One punch from Canelo can change everything. But if Bud uses his legs and his IQ, he has a shot. Just like Floyd did back in the day, he outboxed and outsmarted Canelo.
Gonna put it like this. if the fight was to happen, you will see. Yeah.
Because a lot of people think Terence can compete.
Bradley stressed the difference in scenarios. Floyd fought a young Canelo at 154, not at 168 at full strength. But based on what we've seen, I still believe Crawford can outbox him. If he avoids the big shots, he can frustrate Canelo.
Touches Canelo, because he's been hit by bigger guys, he's not gonna, I don't want to say show him respect, but he's gonna be able to get, okay, I could walk through this, I could take a little risk and set up my traps, cut the ring off, dig to the body, and wear Terence down over the rounds.
I'm just gonna tell you like this.
The others say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's gonna be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds.
Canelo's slow but methodical, Bradley said. He's got a quick jab and throws heavy hooks. Bud just needs to slip under them and do what he does best. Charlo didn't show up to win, but Bud would. He's daring to be great. That wraps it up for now. If you want more top-tier boxing coverage and updates on everything happening in the fight world, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment. Until next time, peace out.